contest is scheduled for one fall.
Great sign of respect for our international guest here at the Orpheum. Zack Sabre Jr.
First trip to Florida
And
for
his
Zack Sabre.
opponents.
Rocking that swank suplex. Union Jack.
205 pounds from Tampa, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Roderick.
And there's a guy that we both know very, very well. The man who has been the measuring stick. Is here on his home turf to take on the international superstar Zack Sabre Jr. here at Evolve 45 in a matchup that this afternoon, when the lineup changes were announced, was probably among the most anticipated of the changes. Jamie Tucker calls for the opening bell. And man, you can almost sense fans on the edge of their seat already for this one. And Strong gonna take his time here.
Zack Sabre Jr. making his first trip ever to Florida. And a man that we've watched since the beginning of his career, Roderick Strong, starting here in Florida. Huge international star. The measuring stick, like you said. Roderick Strong is the man. Zack Sabre has been looking forward to this, especially in the backyard of Roderick Strong. Lots of family and friends here in attendance tonight. Not even sure they like Roderick, though, to be honest with you. They love to see him work.
And this one, a matchup between two very skilled technical wrestlers. Roderick, of course, known for the chops and the backbreakers. Zack Sabre, no, we're not going to do any wrestling here tonight. There's going to be none of that. I think Zack just flew across the pond for a bit of crack. That means fun where he's from. What it means. You're from Detroit, it means something different.
I don't
there.
speak the English. Well, actually, I do, just not the Queen's English.
I speak the Queen's English, but it's the Queen's New York English.
Quite fluently.
Side head by Strong as Zack able to bridge his way up. Back and forth they go, exchanging. Holds, front sock again by Sabre. Once again, it's going to be Strong going out to the floor to create some distance. And we talked about Zack Sabre in his first trip here to Florida. We're excited. We've got him a huge whole summer tour here. 4 huge matches for him on the World Wrestling Network. We've got him here tonight against Roderick Strong. Tomorrow in Orlando, it's TJ Perkins. Out of all 46, he's got Timothy Thatcher in a rematch of that instant classic of all 34, which will take place in Queens. Out of all 47, on August 15th. And then he's got, well, interestingly enough, he's got Chris here in Long Island out of all 48 on August the 16th. But that's maybe putting the cart before the horse here when you got a guy like Roderick Strong, who just 1 event ago was challenging Drew Galloway for the Evolve Championship in Long Island as the #1 contender. A match that he came very, very close to winning, but still ended up dropping to number 9 in the rankings after that loss.
The rankings, as we know in Evolve, everything depends on your spot in those rankings. And Roderick Strong, like we've already mentioned, at the top of his game. Huge star. The man that many measure their career against. To know where they stand, they want to get in the ring with Roderick Strong, but to fall 8 spots, I haven't questioned the rankings too much myself. I take a lot of interest, just like the fans and just like the wrestlers on the roster, but Roderick Strong gave Galloway as much as he could possibly give. Several occasions thought he was going to walk away as the champion, but he plummets 8 spots. Personally, I got a problem with that, and I know Roderick Strong got a hell of a lot bigger problem than I do.
Yeah, certainly Roderick coming in here with a bit of a chip on his shoulder because of that, and I get it. You know, I can see his point of view. You know, we've had guys that were in the #1 spot and they've lost to Drew Galloway or to Johnny Gargano when Johnny Gargano was on the top of the rankings, and no one has dropped 8 spots like that after a loss. And clearly, he's coming in here tonight with a chip on his shoulder and something to prove, not just to himself, but Zack Sabre Jr. And clearly, those charged in the rankings. Nice escape there by Sabre. And then we talked about, you know, having seen Roderick, you know, basically his entire career started here wrestling for you.
His father was wrestling for me.
In St. Pete, part of the beginning stages of Roderick's career, a tag team wrestler, and has grown to become a world champion many times over. And he may be better now than he has ever been. The 2015 that he is having, there are very few wrestlers on the face of the earth whose 2015s I would stack up against Roderick Strong's.
When you talk about how each wrestler brings a different angle, different aspect to the Evolve roster, is there many strikers at the level of Roderick Strong as far as you're concerned?
No, there's nobody as flexible as Zack Sabre Jr. either. Jesus. That's one way to escape attempt. And Roderick trying to play that game himself. And look at the neck muscles and the balance shown by both these guys. A great counter there by Sabre. Yeah, I talk about guys, not many guys who would put their 2015s against Roderick Strong. I bet Trent Beretta would. He's fond of himself.
He had a huge 2014, not the 2015 that Roderick Strong's having. And look at this technical masterpiece that's unfolding before our eyes, Lenny. Roderick Strong. Take a little powder.
Yeah, once again, Roddy going to take a little walk. Try to regain his faculties.
Something in the eye. Zack Sabre Jr., ever the sportsman, giving him the time he needs.
And fans giving Roddy the business a little bit here. And Roderick, this is the experience showing in a Roderick Strong here. Ring generalship. You know, using the referee's count to his advantage, taking trips out to the floor when he feels he wants to break momentum. It's smart strategy on the part of Strong, and you got to give him credit. But on the other hand, you know, always looking to play devil's advocate. If he was looking to get into the head of Zack Sabre Jr., I don't think it worked, because I don't think there's ever been a cooler customer in the ring than Zack. He was content to sit in the corner and let Roderick take time on the outside. And just like that, the pace has picked up considerably here. And Sabre, one step ahead of Strong right there. Stepping on the ankle. Zack, another. We talked about the long line of young, great athletes coming to this company from the state of North Carolina. Zack Sabre Jr., one in a long line of tremendous mat technicians to come out of England. You think of, the Snake Pit and Wigan and guys like Steve Regal and Fit Finley and the likes of Dave Taylor and people who have come out of that environment in England and become some of the very best mat wrestlers in the world. Zack Sabre Jr., the latest in that line, and he may be the latest. He may be the next one in line at the dentist after Roderick just rearranged his molars and bicuspids. Oh, but right to the Kimura. Submission predicament here for Strong. Sabre with the body scissors, and Roderick, undeterred, just hoists him up and drives him into the turnbuckles to free himself.
Roderick Strong has noticeably put on a significant amount of size, probably the leanest I've ever seen him here either. He's always been strong and one of the toughest. You want to turn it into a fight. Not probably something I'd advise with anybody that goes against Roderick Strong. The guy can wrestle. Everybody knows he's the master of the backbreaker. But if this thing turns into a brawl, the upper hand quickly goes to Roderick Strong.
Yeah, I'd be hard-pressed to disagree with that assessment, as both men up on the turnbuckles jockeying for position.
Oh!
And Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, Jesus, I don't like you don't like that at all.
No, that makes me uncomfortable.
He's bending his arm at a real awkward angle, to say the least. Roderick Strong
trying to throw Zack Sabre Jr. from the top rope to the floor here. Sabre with an elbow. Oh! And much like we saw Zack yank on the leg of Roderick on that leapfrog attempt and drag him to the canvas, Roderick just yanked him off the top rope by the ankle. And Sabre took a nasty spill to the floor here.
Oh!
And another one onto the apron.
There is nobody in professional wrestling that has more variations of the backbreaker. Roderick Strong punishing Zack Sabre Jr., who's writhing in pain on the floor.
Yeah, that one, I don't even know if it was his back as much as it was his head and his neck that hit the apron before he went hard to the floor. And he's having trouble trying to get back to his feet here. And that's really not going to help matters.
Sabre with a big European, and another. Roderick lights him up with a chop. Sabre proving me wrong, not afraid to mix it up on the outside at all. Roderick Strong throws him unceremoniously into the ring apron, ribs first.
Well, that's another trademark of those British athletes. They are tough, and they will fight you.
I grew up watching Billy Robinson challenge Nick Bockwinkel. Oh my God! Forget about Billy Robinson. Roderick Strong trying to murder Zack Sabre Jr. Indeed.
And look at him enjoying every minute of it. He is relishing it. And Zack Sabre Jr., the English fans grew up watching World of Sport. He's in a world of trouble.
Absolutely. Sabre trying to shake off the cobwebs, somehow gets back in the ring.
And Strong wasting no time trying to finish him off here. Angle slam.
You gotta be a special type of fan to be brave enough to sit in the front row in the Evolve show. Jesus. Roderick Strong stomping a mud hole into Zack Sabre Jr.'s midsection. Rich chest taking unbelievable punishment, but he still fires back big boot to the skull of Zack Sabre Jr.
Sabre again catching one in the ear. Roderick now has just seized control of this matchup. And at this point, he is just imposing his will on Zack Sabre Jr. And you know, Roderick has been using his feet extremely effectively quite often here in matches recently as well. We saw he won cage match in Long Island against Drew Galloway, basically just stopping him unconscious. And Roderick Strong is an absolute machine when he is on offense. Submission break here for Sabre now.
Fighting out of it. A determined Zack Sabre Jr.
manipulating the digits.
My God! Roderick Strong stomping on the head of his opponent, Jamie Tucker. 2.5. Strong giving a disapproving look to Jimmy.
I would like to know exactly how much money Zack Sabre Jr. actually owes Roderick Strong. Because Roderick Strong is beating Zack Sabre Jr. like he stole something from him. And now to the ribs. And Zack has got to start to mount some offense here.
It's easier said than done when you're in there with Roderick Strong.
And that's the thing about Roderick. He is a firm proponent of the best defense is a good offense form of attack. Diving European from Sabre. Knocks Strong down. And showing the resilience is Zack Sabre Jr. Not a lot of guys can absorb the kind of punishment Roderick Strong dishes out and come back the way he has right here.
This is awesome! This is awesome!
Momentum. He is trying to run through Roderick Strong.
Zack Sabre Jr. bringing the fight to Roderick Strong. Vicious Europeans in the corner. Roderick.
Oh, right to the wrist and the elbow. Kicked him right in the forearm in both the wrist and the elbow of Roderick Strong, snapping back. And now manipulating. Oh, Strong.
That could break the wrist or the elbow as Strong. Zack Sabre like a surgeon going to work. Picking Roderick Strong apart. Not too often you can say that, Lenny. Look at the chest. Sabre's chest turning the hammer. Catches him. No!
And again, he's trying to break the armor up Strong here.
Look at him looking at his own chest, which is a beet red. Roderick Strong still firing Sabre.
Yeah, Sabre able to escape with a glancing blow there Fujiwara armbar.
Your wrist is not meant to be bent that way, Lenny.
No, and I talked to Zack in the locker room before the show, and he was clearly concerned about the right hand of Roderick Strong, the ability to deliver those chops, and the left, both arms basically of Roderick Strong. And he kind of alluded that his game plan was going to be to maybe attack the arms a bit.
Yeah, I bet.
See what kind of damage he can do. And you know, I know I talked about him being a fan of World of Sport growing up, and some of the great British athletes that appeared there. And a favorite of his was always a guy by the name of Jim Breaks, who used to use a patented arm submission.
If you would have said Big Daddy Shirley Crabtree, I would have walked out of the building to not ever return. Roderick Strong, just when you think he's finished, fires a sick enziguri to the side of the head of Zack Sabre Jr., who's in a very precarious position at this point. You can never count out Roderick Strong. This is why he is one of the top competitors in the entire world of professional wrestling today.
And he just got tagged again by Sabre, knocked down off the top. And a knee right to the elbow. Half Nelson suplex with the bridge. No. And man, the punishment clearly taking its toll on both these guys. Oh, I went for that big kick, but Strong ducked down out of the way. Shoulder block to the midsection. And Strong now looking to suplex him out to the floor here. Sabre hanging on for dear life. Roddy instead drops him midsection first. Right to the attack. Nice escape by Sabre, but planted nonetheless. Cover. No.
Roderick Strong throwing everything at Sabre, unable to finish him. What an incredible match. You want to talk about athleticism, you want to talk about competition. That's what they live for. Roderick Strong and Zack Sabre Jr. both jumping at the opportunity to get in the ring with each other. Boom! Strong with those knees.
Down to the gut. Looking for another angle slam here. Sabre rolls through, jackknife cradle. Holds the bridge. Jumping knee strike. A second in the corner. And again, all the way up. Superplex. Doesn't go for the cover. Ybor. Oh, what a counter.
Roderick Strong trying to remove the head of Zack Sabre Jr., who still seems to be alive, but in all kinds of trouble.
We're looking for the stronghold here. Submission predicament for Sabre. Jamie Tucker right there. Sabre won't give it up. He's going back for the armbar. And Strong again with a vicious boot to the head. And Sabre has not taken his left hand off of his ear since that kick until just now.
I don't think I've taken my hand off of my left ear after that kick. Roderick Strong just punishing Zack Sabre Jr.
Sabre looks like he's almost dead weight here. Strong trying to drag him back to his feet. Series of uppercuts by Sabre. That one countered. Standing switch. Full Nelson. Rolls through. Octopus. Gut wrench. Into the Dr. Bomb. No.
Look at the exhaustion on the face of Roderick Strong. Zack Sabre still alive in this match. What more can Roderick Strong do to finish off this international superstar?
Knee strike. Looking for the cross arm breaker. Rolls through the crab. Shoulders down. Shoulders down.
This is ridiculous. Zack Sabre Jr. showing why he is one of the best mat technicians in the entire world today. Roderick Strong proving, as always, to live up to the hype. I said it earlier, Lenny, as far as I'm concerned, Roderick Strong is as good as it gets. And he wants to prove that he belongs at the top of the rankings here in Evolve.
Both these guys trying to make a statement here. Man, it is sheer will and just professional pride keeping these guys going at this point. Both men again back to their feet. Strong knocked to his seat. And he maybe just stayed down long enough to sucker Sabre back closer. Forearm by Strong, another. And the legs of Sabre starting to buckle here. But he responds with a headbutt. Northern suplex floats right over. Cross-arm breaker. Strong wisely rolls to his belly as Sabre grabs the Fujiwara armbar, but his foot on the ropes. Sabre forced to relinquish the hold once again.
See, Sabre was holding that arm like a trophy. Signaling, I got you. Just about had you, Roderick Strong. Look at Roderick in the corner. Oh! My God. Zack Sabre with a head of steam. Vicious.
Well, he is yet to go for that Jim Breaks armbar. That's the move that one breaks many. of his English and European lightweight and welterweight championships through the 60s and 70s, all the way into the 80s, actually. 20-plus year career for the idols of Zack Sabre Jr. My God! No wasted motion. Gutbuster. Sick kick. Turn him inside out. No.
Unbelievable. What an incredible contest.
Slips out the back door. He's got the back. There it is. Oh, to breaks. Oh, to breaks. It's over. It's over. Zack Sabre Jr. wins it.
Sabre Jr.
What